Fine and there once was a podcast in the great internet of internets. It was called Fine and Dandy. Muy influential podcast. You have to remember, folks, where there's a podcast, there's a Fine and Dandy.
A bass player was at Red Hot Chili Peppers last night. They have a show in Dallas. They played a show in Dallas last night.
Oh, really? Where was
Yeah,
it?
so he was just over there.
Where were they at?
What the venue was?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what the I don't know
know
what
if
the
it was
venues
like
in
at a
Dallas are.
bigger venue or like a
No, it was
smaller.
huge.
Like...
Oh, it was a stadium.
Oh shit! Hell
Yeah,
yeah,
it was a stadium for sure. They probably sold it.
dude! Fuck yeah.
Well, being the like front of house guy or even the back of house like monitor audio engineer, they can fucking.
You know, the other thing too though is like they like the bands at least a lot of time they'll pay. They bring, especially bands like big like that. They bring their own sound person. They're on tour.
Oh
You
shit!
know what I'm saying? Because they know exactly what it's supposed.
Well, that's probably
Yeah.
smarter than having to like find somebody in every city type shit. Like having somebody go on tour with you that knows
Yeah.
your sound, that can like build on your work type shit.
Sometimes sound guy sucks. You know, like we played shows, you know, especially at these like smaller bars, or whatever. And it's, 60-year-old
That's the internship
dude.
guy. That's his
Yeah.
internship. He
Yeah.
seems like he's but they just gave him the job.
He's
Oh,
like,
you don't need
"I've
an
been doing
intern.
this for 60 years, or it's just some dude that worked at the place, and they're like, all right, you're gonna do sound. You know what I mean, he doesn't know anything about music, doesn't know what it's supposed to sound like. Obviously, that doesn't happen at places like venues like Scout Bar,
Right.
but which Scout Bar we've had pretty good sound guys.
Mm-hmm.
They keep a pretty good staff, but that's because they have big bands.
Yeah, dude, Scout Bar, like, I mean, that's the whole thing, right? It's like their whole thing. Shtick
It's
is,
definitely it was one of our objectives. Like when we first started as a band, was like, okay, well, it'd be good. A good sign of progress is when we start playing the Scout. And then we did. So that's our first step. And like want to play it like Warehouse Live,
that would be
which
sick.
is
That'd be
which is
sick.
big.
Be super
So
sick.
once or White Oak.
Oh,
White
we
Oak
wanna
could be
play-
good.
Yeah, we want to play White Oak because then that's networking for this.
It's
You're
like
meeting the guy that
milestones.
you're meeting the guy that books the shows for those places. That finds the local like when they have a band come in, like okay, well, what local band would be opener? That makes. I mean, like what's it's a country band, probably like a country type opener. They use a local person. So,
Well, that's dope because then you get to have like a show out of some of the local talent with also having an opener for the talent of the headliner. Sorry.
like the touring band. Yeah, the national, which like I don't know why like we call them like national. If you're touring around the nation, national act.
Yeah, I feel that.
You know what I mean? Like, we're a local act.
That makes sense.
National and heart, dude. You
Yeah.
got the heart of a national band, and that's that's
Yeah,
what really
exactly.
matters, dude.
Believe in
You're-
yourself, right?
You're more than just a fucking.
You gotta see yourself as a national band, even if you're a local band.
National,
Yeah.
you'll be in the Super Bowl of bands in no time, dude. You'll be at nationals, bro. You'll be there.
Yeah.
You'll make nationals, dude. I believe in you.
Dude,
I went to
fuck yeah.
Secret Group not that long ago. Kind of not the biggest fan of that venue, but it was all right.
I'm not really well.
He's
I like them. I haven't seen that many bands play, but it's always been smaller shows.
It
and I
is smaller
thought
shows, yeah.
Downtown, I would think like I was like,
It's a more intimate venue, though. Do you remember? Yeah, I mean, you might remember it. We were like younger, like probably teenagers right before it closed down. It was Fitzgerald's. Do you remember
yeah, of
Fitzgerald's?
course, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I
definitely.
mean that was a little bit of a smaller one too. I mean downstairs was a little bit more open, and then you had the upstairs, which was a little bit smaller.
I don't remember the Fitzgeralds upstairs.
Like the upstairs was super small. That's where I saw Abandoned All Ships, which was basically I guess the equivalent of Christian screamo. In a way.
Okay.
Yeah, I
it was-
remember them.
It was weird.
I
Yeah,
remember
they
them.
weren't bad though. And then fucking I want to say I saw Mice and Men one time. It was fun. It was a cool venue. I mean,
Where
it was
was
small.
it at?
It was so small. Like it took 2 seconds to crowd surf to the front, and you would just
Yeah,
stay.
exactly. You can find your friends again easily.
Yeah, dude. It was no problem at all.
Yeah, where was Fitzgerald's at?
I was in Houston. I don't know the
Like
exact. I
downtown?
was young, yeah, so I don't remember.
Okay.
You know, I wasn't like when you're young. You're not. Hey, dude, Washington Street. You know, you're not.
yeah,
You're like
no.
13. You're not memorizing streets. You're just like, hey, yeah, I went there.
You remember Walters?
I went to Walters one time, but I don't really. Yeah.
That was I was in a metal band at first, and that was our first show. Was playing at Walters.
Oh shit.
Were you in a metal band first?
Yeah, like a death metal band.
before the band now.
Yeah,
So
that was my first band with
Did
my
you-
buddy Nasser and Jared.
so you didn't have like any of the members now that you have.
No, not at all.
Oh,
How
yeah.
did that? Okay, how did that happen? Then?
Yeah,
Okay,
how did
Like,
you
how do
guys
we get the
start
members
that?
we have?
wait,
now?
no. How
Yeah.
did it go from metal? This first of all, I don't know if have you listened to any of Cole's stuff?
I haven't been able to
No,
go
no,
come
no,
to any
you're
of
It's the
the
complete
shows
opposite
or
of death
been
metal. I
able
don't know
to
if you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it's
is
not.
not
It's
death
not on
metal.
that.
It's
It's
like,
not on that spectrum at
We
all.
always have a hard time telling people what it is.
What
'cause
do you?
we're like,
What do you? What kind of music? We play
Yes.
instruments.
yeah, we do instrument stuff.
We
yeah.
be making sounds
Words
and shit.
happen eventually.
I
We try.
sing. You know, we got a drummer and stuff. Pretty cool. Just come on, come check it out.
That's actually pretty crazy. So, me and the bass player Keegan, we've known each other since we were in about 5th grade, probably, or 4th grade, something like
Okay.
that. And then I was in marching band. I don't know, that's just what I did. And I think originally he was in orchestra.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was in like orchestra, and he played bass, like
Okay.
bass and orchestra. So he already had the fundamentals of music like down basically. And then we graduate high school years and years later. I joined a death metal band first senior year of high school or first year out of high school.
Okay. So you're like 17, 18 type shit?
Yeah, I was probably 18.
Okay.
Yeah, I was probably like exactly 18. And so I did that. He went into the Marine Corps, so he leaves. He
Oh,
comes
shit.
back. He dealt with stuff while he was over there. So he needs something to do when he gets back over here. You know what I'm saying? So he spent about like a year not really doing much, but we were jamming.
Mhm.
And then we jammed at my other friend, Andy. He's our rhythm guitar player. Jammed at his house, and it was just a shed, pool shed. But we did that in high school.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like he would throw parties, and like one of the things we did, like own parties, was we would go in there and we just,
Right.
and I mean, like just shred all off the cuff, coming
Kind
up
of
with it on the
escape
spot.
the party a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, I mean, some people honestly like it was a good community we had of friends that were all into music. Like,
That's fire.
so half the time, we'd end up doing these little house show things. He reconstructed this that he has, basically insulated the walls, covered it with actual walling, put carpet in it, soundproofed it a little bit. Got a camera in there, there's couch, AC unit. It was super nice, like one of those white
Yeah.
bar ones. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? It's just like
the hotel
glossy.
ones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And it's like one of those. So it's AC'd out, and we got these cool stained glass covers on the windows. So there's like good atmosphere.
Oh, yeah.
Everything's like red and brown.
Dude, that's sick.
Yeah. And so he did that. He just he did it all himself completely. And then eventually I left the band that I was in, the metal band. And then
Why?
Keaton gets home from kind of just split up, honestly. Like, well, 2 of the guys lived in mid downtown Houston.
Okay.
Right. We met them from like Craigslist. That's how we found
Okay,
them.
hell yeah.
My buddy Nasser was the drummer. He was in marching band with me in high school. He's insanely good, freaking amazing. So he I don't know. He just had school and stuff because one of those people. He wants a degree, wants to do that route, which is insane because he's like the best drummer. Like I really can't even stress that enough. Like jazz, complicated jazz stuff, death metal. He's like
Technical.
yeah, when you look at him, he looks kind of nerdy, right? But I mean, he always listened to the most hardcore music you could possibly imagine.
Damn, that's crazy. So
Like-
he's got like a what's the word? Like a jack of all trades when it comes to like different genres of drumming type
Different
shit.
music, yeah. He's just like,
That's
I don't know.
great.
He's just good. Like he can do. You give him something, and he can do it like pretty much off the bat. So originally, he was getting an audio.
Did he get his degree in? It's not important. I just
He's still in school right now. I think right now he's becoming a teacher. Last I heard, I haven't talked to him in a while though. But originally, he was getting an audio engineering.
I don't know if you heard, but drumming's way cooler than being a teacher.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Tell him to keep up with it.
Keep up with it. Be sick. I mean, you already have a band now, so it sucks. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, and then so he gets out of the Marine Corps. So he needs something to do, right? So he just, he starts playing one of our friends' basses and whatever, and we're just jamming, doing what we normally do. I had some songs written over the past like 7 years that just never really got used.
Damn.
It was just in a notebook basically. And me and my friend had made them together, but he stopped ironically doing music too. So I just had this notebook, and we would just kind of like go through those songs and stuff. So some of them already had structure. My brother Shay graduates from college. He always played drums. He starts jamming with us because he needs something to do. And this is all right when the pandemic started, like right when COVID happened. So
Damn.
no one had anything to do.
Damn, y'all started the band during COVID?
The very beginning, like we
What
started
the
the band,
fuck?
and then COVID happened.
Damn.
Like, and then eventually we were like, well, we do this a lot. We should not waste time doing it. So we were like, like what can we use as a name? And then we came up with the name, and then at some point we were just like, I guess we should start trying to play shows. And we started playing shows.
Y'all made
And
some
it was
good
like,
strides.
I guess we should record stuff. And then we recorded.
It's
and
like,
we've
I
kinda
guess the
just-
next step is this. Maybe we should do that. Like,
yeah,
should we
start
should we maybe like
make a social media?
should we maybe go on tour?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's what we're thinking about. That's where we're at right now. Is I want to play in like Austin,
Dude, that'd be sick.
and if possible, maybe get something in just New Orleans.
Oh fuck yeah.
That would be-
Those plaurs are packed.
Touring's the
Yeah.
toughest part, though, money wise. I mean, unless they're
You're
gonna pay
paying to tour at
basically,
first, you
yeah.
know?
And I mean, you merch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You want to sell that merch because not only is merch money directly into your pocket. Oh, I guess
Depending
After-
on
yeah.
your profit
Yeah,
margin.
we don't take any money from it ourselves.
Right.
So we have a joint bank account that everyone has access to, but we don't take anything out for it. And if you take something out, it's like, hey, are we cool with spending this on this?
right.
Like I need a set of in-ears right now, so we might use that to get in-ears. But mainly it's for recording songs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we play these shows. Every single bit of money goes into that bank account for either us to buy more merch for everybody else or for us to record for everybody else.
I was gonna say too. Is like merch is also just you see people wearing your merch and it's just
Yeah, dude.
that's a good thing too.
My
just
friends are great. Like I see
Exposure.
people wearing our shirts, like, and that's fucking.
I still need to get one. I have a Pac-Man shirt. I don't have a Witch Evil shirt though.
I'll get you one. I'll hook
I
you
got
guys
you,
up.
dude. No,
both
yeah,
of
dude.
I'll
them.
wear them, dude, for sure.
sure.
I'll
Fuck
wear
yeah,
them
dude.
on the podcast, and then
Well,
be
for
like
sure we
Witch
will.
Evil, dude. Not Witch Evil, but it's Witch Evil.
Yeah.
And-
Wait, dude, our support has been
You
amazing.
just say what you just said.
Yeah, it's not Witch Evil, it's Witch Evil.
Like WH.
Oh,
It's
like
not
a
Witch Evil.
Yeah.
It's Witch Evil.
Evil.
Yeah.
Witch Evil. Which what?
Question mark?
Behind the door. There's three of them. Witch Evil. Pick one.
Pick your poison.
Basically. Which evil is it? Now, I remember I had the conversation. I was like, wait, Witch Evil or Witch Evil? He's like, Witch Evil. I was like, wait, Witch Evil or is it Witch Evil? Witch Evil. Witch Evil.
Yes.
That was a heavy debate. That was a heated debate in the practice space when we came up with the name.
Really?
Yeah,
Did
'cause,
someone just
like-
say the name was like Witch Evil and they're like, wait, was it
No,
Witch
What-
Evil?
say that again.
I think we I don't remember how the exact conversation went, but I know my idea for it was like, people always say, well, you got to pick the lesser of two evils, like you got to pick one. If you have to choose, and it's like, so that's
I feel that. So like, which one would you choose?
Witch Evil.
a lot. It's yeah.
Witch Evil.
I like the philosophy behind
The
that.
lesser of two evils, but which one will you choose?
Or maybe
Yeah.
the not lesser
And
of
we're
two
still, like,
evils.
We like it.
Maybe the greater
Dude,
of two
like-
Hey,
evils.
you're stuck. You're probably stuck to it. I feel like we could
I
change
think
it.
we
You could do
are.
a prayer.
I wouldn't think it would be a wise move to change.
You
it
got
now. That's how I
shirts.
feel. I mean, yeah, exactly. Well, we spent money on them, and then you have to rebrand the.
And those old shirts don't matter anymore.
the
or
website,
they
you know?
become
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Dude, I remember them when they
or
were.
they're
cult
more
classic
valuable.
legends,
Yeah,
legendary items type
That's
shit.
true though. Yeah.
They're like,
have
this
their old
band was
shirt.
once this band.
This is a
and there's
vintage.
The
Did you
limited
know?
amount of shirts they released while they were under this pseudonym type shit.
The equivalent of being like the equivalent of, I mean, like, what's your 5 favorite songs by them? You know what I mean? Like, do you really know that artist though?
Oh my god.
Because
Did you listen to their first album, Witch Evil?
yeah.
The self-titled. Every first album self-titled.
I've got the
Musical
hat, the
elitism.
shirt,
Or first. Do you think you're gonna release an EP anytime soon?
an ep.
Just singles.
I don't know about anytime soon. We have stuff recorded right now that we haven't put out. We're just kind of waiting, and we're deciding, do we want to do this, because there's different routes you can go with it. Because a lot of bands will release, like, when they do an album, you'll notice they'll do like 6 or 5 singles from that album before they release the whole album, and they'll release them as singles, and they're on the album. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So a lot of people do that because it gains the album traction for when it actually comes out. Then when it comes out, you're hoping you made enough money to help pay for the tour. That's like one option with it. Some people don't even release albums; they just release. Some people don't do any singles before release the album. So we're deciding which way we want to go. Yeah, which way we want to go.
Tough
with it.
decision though. And it's like, I mean, how many? Because y'all just started 2 years ago. It's fresh. That's a fresh band.
Yeah, dude. I'm myself. I'm surprised how fast it's moved. Yeah.
Well, because a lot of people have the trajectory of like writing for a while or maybe recording by themselves for a while, but just coming together just by some jamming type shit, and then like, hey, should we like go do shows?
Yeah,
Be like,
exactly.
and then people liking those shows enough for you to be like, should we record? And then people actually having traction on that. You're like, I think we're a band now. I think we're an actual
it's
like
pretty much
legit
exactly,
band right
yeah,
now.
it's like, like, did we just become a band? Like, you know, like
Step Brothers.
yeah,
Did we just become best friends?
That's pretty much exactly how it is. And like, I don't know. Yeah, it's but we want to release them because these are like our best songs for sure so far.
I'm
Like
excited.
I mean, they're a lot better.
Their stage presence really good too. Honestly, I really like how stage presence. Like I'm pretty sure I saw Keegan
We try to be genuine.
Kiss Cole on the list one time.
Wait, what?
What? And-
The way I can't
I
attest
would
to
have let
that.
him if he tried, you know.
He's why not? It's for the people. It's
Yeah,
for it's for
exactly.
your entertainment, not not
we do this
because
because we love you.
yeah, it's for you guys, not for us.
The show must go on. Am I right?
It's not for
Yeah,
us.
for sure. I mean, he's the one that probably gets the most wild on stage.
Most
Okay.
what?
Wild on stage, like he moves a lot.
Oh no, he moves, dude.
He tries to stay moving.
For a bass player, dude, he's just in there fucking every time.
I know. Yeah. Well, he really likes Flea. You know, he's like a big Flea fan, and Flea's got energy on stage. You know, he moves. Like we do talk about it because you know you want to like put on a show for people. You know what I mean? Like you can have good music, but like do you know who Chon is or Polyphia? Like,
Polyphia.
okay.
Well, no. Okay, yeah. You said Chon. I think I've pronounced it Chon, but yeah, same shit. Yeah, I know.
They're like
Instrumental, very instrumental.
Yeah, instrumental bands, like totally instrumental.
Yeah.
Extremely complicated music, like super, like it's math rock. You know what I mean? Like it's very, very like to the point. Like there's definitely an intention behind
Yeah,
it.
it's kind of what
But
reminded
if
me.
you see them live, they kind of just stand there.
Yeah, it's kind of like
And we're not that talented as they are as far as that, like with technical wise. So we want to put on a show for people so they have some type of entertainment. You know what I mean? Obviously, the music's good.
music is good.
But we want people to have fun. You know, like we want people to like really be there.
Yes, like Strawberry Girls. When I saw them, I mean, they weren't like super.
They used to move around a lot more, but I think they're getting older.
I like them though. I thought they were good.
I love them.
I thought they were
love
really good.
Strawberry Girls.
On that lineup, the last time whenever Fall Out Troy came, I think that was my favorite. I'd never seen them. Honestly, I'd never seen any of them. Like I know, like everyone, it was packed out. So I mean, you know,
Those were every band that was at that show were some of my very favorite bands.
That's what Wynn said. He said the same thing.
Yeah.
He was like, I was like a lot, all the show, because he performed that night too, right?
Yeah, he did
He was
perform
saying
early
like
on,
I
yeah.
was loving being in the crowd more than on stage because all my favorite performers were there, type shit.
And you got to be a part of it.
Right.
that has to be a
You know what I'm
crazy
saying?
feeling, you know. Where you,
I mean, like our biggest show was playing with Trapped.
that's
None of us really listen to them.
yeah.
So it's kind of different. Winton, that show was all of his like favorite bands.
And it was
Like-
packed out. Like yours,
And you got
yours
to be
might
a
have been
part
packed.
of
Was
that.
yours packed out?
The Trap show? Yeah, it was wall to wall. Yeah.
Mm.
It was completely packed. I think they sold it out.
Did they give
I'm
a
pretty sure.
speech too? Did Trap give a speech? Did you stay?
Between every song.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Figured.
he did one of those. It
I
was like,
knew it.
you know, like, hey, that's cool. You feel like you got something to say, that's fine, but you know, it's
Like-
not really why I pay to see a show.
Would you
That's
lie?
just me, you know. That's cool. Some
It's
people
like
are into that.
maybe he didn't put the work in on his transitions, and he was like, I'll just do a speech.
Wait, no. Can I hear like what? Do you remember what some of the speeches were about? Because I know they're very like.
This is gonna sound terrible. I did not watch their whole.
He's
No,
like, oh, he's talking again? Fuck this guy.
Yeah, I did not watch. Well, it's when he started. I like I said, some people are into that, and that is their stage presence. You know, that's the thing that they use to make it special for people. I don't want to do that. That's not really my thing. I'd rather do, you know, run around and light stuff on
Have
fire or
fun
something like
type
that.
shit.
I want to do that
Be
kind of stuff.
chaotic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't watch the whole set when he started doing that, but
That's fair.
yeah. I thought the other two bands that were also more local bands, I thought they were better. Honestly, they were
probably
good.
Trap's getting old too, though.
Oh yeah, for sure. He was wearing like this tight, like it's like a tux vest over a black t-shirt, but he had this like beer gut, and just like what, like the vest was too small. And I
It's like,
and I
who
was
approved
like,
this
you know,
outfit? Type shit.
yeah. But I mean, it was like he'd be doing stuff like, you know, point to the crowd. He's like, don't let people to try to tell you what you can do or how to think or, you know, like yada yada.
That's where I was getting at, because I know
Yeah.
they were very like pro. You know, what's the word I'm looking for? Like,
Opinionated.
oh no, like yeah, you can't silence me. You know, you can't
yeah.
silence
Which, ironically, they are banned from all social media platforms. So they were
So they were
silenced
silenced.
effectively.
They were what?
Effectively.
Banned from, I know it's for sure, what is it, Twitter for sure,
I think
Instagram,
Facebook.
okay, Facebook for sure.
Because if it's Instagram, they're with Facebook too. They're ran by Facebook, so
They are now.
Yeah,
They are
yeah.
now. This was a
That's
while
really
ago.
crazy,
you're
though.
right.
Yeah, so their manager, check this out. Their manager called us, and this is kind of like I've been noticing things about the music industry a little bit more, like as we've been doing
It's
it.
a crazy industry.
It is really intense. It's very intense.
Yeah.
And so we were like, I mean, I think it was the day of or the day before the show. Yeah, it was the day before the show, and he was like, we got a call from their manager, and he was like, hey, I need you guys to pay $60 for this post because it'll ensure at least 1,000 people see the post. And like we're sitting there having this conversation with him, and we realize we're like, oh, they can't. No one will see it if they can't post it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, real shit.
Like so that's why he's asking us to do it because they can't. Like they're banned from. You know what I mean? Like he's not on that stuff.
Oh shit.
So he was like, I'll pay y'all back for it. Just pay for it, do the post, and I'll pay y'all back. You know, the day of the show. We're like, okay. I mean, at least more people will see it,
right.
no matter what the reason is.
It's exposure, but
exposure,
nonetheless, but
And it apparently like pays you back a certain percentage. Like it'll be like, you know, we try to reach 3,000 people, you know, in this Houston area, and I guess it just makes an ad out of it or something. I don't really know how it works, but and then for whatever people don't see it, it will refund you a percentage of the money.
okay. So like, say it only gets to 2,500 people, then that extra 500, you'll get a percent what you put in type shit.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
It's through
I got
Facebook?
you.
I think it was Instagram.
Same
I think it was Instagram, but yeah, but they're ours are connected, so it was definitely posted to Facebook.
Yeah.
So we did that. He did not give us our money back.
Let's go.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
some real shit right there.
And it's weird because like when you're playing for national acts, they're touring, so they have to pay for the tour. They take pretty much all the money for tickets. Like you don't get money from tickets,
Right.
whenever you're playing, like when it's a local show, the local bands make all the money. You know what I'm saying? Because they brought the people in that paid for the ticket.
Right.
It basically is their money. So I think we got like we had about like at that show, I think we had probably like 120 people that were there for us. I think maybe because we really tried to get people to go. But we're not ashamed of that. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like I'll ask people, I'll be like, hey, please come to our show.
Right. Yeah.
Please. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I you know, like
And-
I'm cool with that. You know, you got to start somewhere. But so we got a lot of, and all of that money, like we didn't really understand how it worked at the time. So all of that money, that was like $1,200 probably. And, you know, we just had to, it just hurt to fork it over. You know what I mean? Like, just because we were like, that's a whole song to record right there. That is one whole song. Typically, it's about $1,000 to record a song.
Dude, that's insane. Now, we were
Is that
talking
just like studio time or like what?
everything.
Is it?
Yeah,
Or
definitely.
goes it, like-
Studio time.
Yeah,
and
but-
then you paying for some mixing.
Is there
the
engineer in
mixing's
there?
Cheaper. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
same, yeah.
Our engineer for these last two that we have just recorded is Oracle Sound Studios, based out of Houston. He's also the drummer for the band Third Coast Roots. They're a reggae band, and they're really good. So
That's pretty
check him
crazy
out.
though. Yeah, that's honestly, I would say his music is like it's like reggae, alt rock maybe. I don't know, but
yeah, that's why we always have a hard time because some of the songs are so different.
they're reggae-ish.
And that could be a bad
It's
thing.
like alt
but-
rock. I mean, I think everyone catches
it's
the
tough for
vibe.
marketing, but we
Yeah,
like
well,
it.
it's. I mean, it's like I feel like it opens up for more people to like the band.
That's true.
because you know they're into different types of music.
I'd put you on a reggae bill though. I feel like you'd fit. Y'all's band would fit a reggae bill. Like
I think we could do it like a rock reggae,
Yeah.
like rock reggae. You know,
Yeah.
like electric.
that's what I mean.
Yeah, that I think we could do that. Like I feel like we wouldn't be too off from them.
No,
Yeah.
not too much.
But we can play metal shows too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's
like,
We could also play like we have. You know, we played shows with death metal bands. Granted, the audience was different than
That's fair.
it normally is.
I mean, I think
But,
it'd be- like it's for
I
instance.
mean, we have fun.
I'll put a perfect example. It was like the Woodstock '99. Whenever you had like fucking Korn, and then you had fucking Metallica and all that.
Oh yeah,
Bush came out. Everyone still was like, "Hell yeah!" But you know, Bush
I
is
love Bush.
exactly.
I-
But Bush is
yeah.
way more of like way more calm vibe than you know
Yeah,
when you're
definitely.
thinking of fucking.
Definitely. Did you watch their
Rage Against the Machine.
performance of that of '99?
No, there was clips of it, but I mean, it was good. His
is-
voice, I like his voice. You know what I mean?
He has a good voice, dude. And if you look at him right now, he looks almost the exact same.
No way.
Perfect shape, looks like
Just young.
Fucking 23 years
Yeah,
later.
it's like what the.
They were saying for like a rock star of that genre, he was just like the pretty boyish kind of just
Yeah,
like
for
he was
sure,
that
definitely.
guy. But it's like the music wasn't like that. You know what I mean? Like it was calm and very just like mellow, but it wasn't like.
Their hard songs, they did go hard though.
Okay.
Like they have a song "Little Things," and he like takes the guitar off. He's like sliding it on the amp, just like
Oh,
just
shit.
playing it on like as the amp,
That's
like
fire.
whacking on it. So that was pretty metal, but most of it's pretty mellowed out.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Is like you can put them on a bill with some heavy hitters, and
They
it's
do both, yeah.
and it wouldn't like throw the vibe off.
Okay.
It wouldn't be like, why'd you put them on here? This doesn't fit. You're like, it makes sense. Yeah,
That's
but
how we felt about the trap show.
Bush is cool.
I like Bush,
Yeah, so like that's what I mean. So if you're on a bill, they're not gonna be like, "Why'd you do it?" It's like, I mean, yeah, it's chill. Music's cool. It's
Yeah,
good.
they're pretty good.
It's good. Yeah, I don't mind
We
it.
played with the singer of Hail the Sun. He's got like a solo thing. We that's when we played Secret Group, and I just thought there was gonna be a lot more people. You know,
There wasn't that many
these are
people
really
when I
good
went.
artists, honestly, and the other bands were like small bands from LA that you could see that he was kind of giving them a chance and like trying to get them attention. So he brought them. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And they were phenomenal. One of them was a girl singer. She was better than everybody that was.
But there just
She
wasn't
killed
like
it.
as many people there as you thought there would be with that headliner there. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
with all the bands. Yeah, I was just
Interesting.
kind of surprised because it's downtown.
Mhm.
Usually downtown is the bigger shows.
Hmm.
I think you say that, but then when you like Secret Group, and there's so many venues in Houston. You know what I mean?
That is, we are like a music city. People
Yeah.
understand.
Well, I guess for like I mean, as someone who goes to a lot of shows in like more of like the post-hardcore like metal scene. I mean, even though I don't listen to music, I just have a lot of people that I know that either perform or friends of people who like to go. And then also going to a lot of like local electronic shows. Houston scene sucks. I'm not gonna lie. It's just not very. It's a
What, the EDM shows?
no. I mean like in like the how do I put this, like we could have better venues. Like when you go to other places, there's some sick ass venues. We get like
Yeah.
it's what you get, and you're like,
True.
all right.
I mean,
It's about the music.
still-
It's about the-
yeah, I mean what? Like EDM's technically been around since like the 90s.
yeah. I
If
mean,
if you like go
it
back,
doesn't tech.
it's growing.
It's
you
a
know?
I mean, it's an argument. I mean, if you consider that EDM, but
Oh yeah,
I mean,
there's like that's what I'm saying. Well,
Do you want to
electronic music, I
elaborate
guess
though
you would
on
say.
that? It
just
No,
seems
say,
like
like,
you have
so
a
people say
little
like
bit of
house
a-
and techno aren't EDM. Like there's a huge argument because like house came from
I
disco.
hate that.
The house came from disco, so people are like house isn't.
Yeah.
House and techno aren't EDM, and then most people who started with house and techno, a lot of them argue this isn't like because EDM is corporate, like
would you-
corporate music.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
it took what that was and blew it up into what it is
But
now.
aren't there like
Yeah.
But that was like, like
See,
so. I don't
When
know.
I say metal, I encompass the whole thing of metal. And other people, it's the same thing. It's like, no, they're more like post-hardcore,
Yeah,
punk, and like adds like five
different
descriptive words on it.
subgenres.
And I'm just like, I don't do that.
That's what I was gonna say. Is like if you don't count house or techno as a genre of EDM or a subgenre of EDM, then how can there be subgenres of EDM? Something like trance house or something like that. There's things with house involved, like with mixtures of other subgenres
But
that are
some peop-
called subgenres. But now
but
house isn't
But
part of it.
snobs will go as far to say like bass house and
music
and
elitists.
bass
We are
house and techno
splitting
house aren't
hairs.
house. Some bro, it's like
Splitting the
Let's
hairiest
call it
of hairs.
musical elitism.
yeah, dude.
you know?
They're like, nah, dude. But if you like think about it, really goes back to the roots.
It's like
Nah.
somebody just
Is this a
needed an
history
article
class?
to print this week.
There is music history classes though.
Yeah.
That's
There are
true.
music history classes.
Musical appreciation.
Yeah,
right?
dude, you
Isn't
gotta
that one of-
appreciate where it came from, I guess. But
that
Well,
how
I
they're
mean, it's-
is that how they're creating jobs? Just creating classes.
yeah, I mean the people for sure. Different classes of people. But nah, the secret group is cool. I think it could be a little. I guess for smaller shows, it's cool. But it's literally just like you walk in
Beer.
bar. Yeah.
Yeah, please. Do they do EDM or
Oh.
like do they do electronic shows?
A secret group?
Yeah.
Nah. I mean most there's like 3 main venues, and then you have Stereo Live, you have 9 p.m. and then you have Rise Rooftop. Those are like the 3 main
Yeah.
ones. But of course, if it's bigger shows, Warehouse Live will do some every now and then you'll also have what's now Bayou Music Hall, or yeah,
Oh,
it used to be Revention Center,
Yeah.
but now it's Bayou Music Hall. No, it's Bayou Music Hall. They
I feel like
rebrand.
there's more opening up all the time though.
Yeah, and like Secret Group is cool, and I think it is good for smaller shows, but I think they could put a little bit look more into for and like
Yeah.
adverse to like I like the feel of fuck we were just talking about that you perform at all the time. It's Cow Bar. And the thing,
Yeah, they're not doing electronic shows.
no, I'm saying like in terms of just like for what they do though is like for like the way the venue's set up, and also it's more local and more community based in. That's why they get more people in. They get national acts. If Secret Group got a national act, more national acts, they'd probably be maybe.
Yeah, true.
But like I mean, even when they brought Hail the Sun and Fall of Troy, that shit was packed out. So it's like, why would
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
so why would
Yeah.
Secret Group
That's
not?
exactly. That's
It's a
just
weird-
kinda, it is really bizarre, and it's because like I mean, Scout Bar's, it's not like I mean, you can hop on the freeway, but it's really not that close to downtown.
It's
You know
not,
what I
but I feel like according to the area, like if you were to think of like South Houston or think of League City, like
Yeah.
anything south, that's a pretty central location.
True.
You're not going all the way in.
If you're really considering Houston in general, like the greater Houston area, like honestly, it's pretty close.
That's
I
the
guess.
thing about
Like,
Houston is like it's so spread out, like with how many things are considered Houston type shit. Like you know what I mean? Like
yeah, people be
the
living-
Houston music scene. It's like we're talking about like a 70-mile
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
diameter
Yeah.
from end to end. Type
How long
shit.
does it take to get from one complete end, like right before
Right.
Galveston, to right outside
Right,
of the
like,
city, like up top? Like I don't even
It's,
remember.
it's so crazy. That's what I'm saying. Like you're talking about all this like plot of land where all these people live type shit. Then a certain percentage of them make music. Certain percentage of them run clubs and run like type shit like that. It's like
I love a good grimy venue. Don't get me wrong,
yeah.
but I also
Those can be the most fun.
yeah, exactly. But I also think it's like how you market it and the people that you get in there. Like Secret Group too. The last time I went, I'm not saying this was bad, but it really just. I was talking to Wayne. He said, "Oh yeah, that's common. I have never seen it, dude. I've been to a few shows, a lot,
Get over
even
it.
just metal shows. I've never seen." But I mean, like, two-stepping and all that shit. That's normal. You know what I mean? People fucking throwing the bows, classic. People were throwing the roundhouses and shit now. I'm like, when did they start adding the roundhouse kicks in there?
Guys just walking in with the gloves on.
Just, I'm like,
Just
what are we doing?
Fucking Gee with the black bells.
Yeah.
It's just-
Nah, and then the dude was like going up to every dude in the front and just like hitting him in the back of the head,
oh my god.
but like not like punching him, but he was
Okay.
just like in the back of everyone's head. But like
Oh, yeah.
he would take every like 10 minutes or so and go
The
make
skull
another round
smacking?
and just hit him in the back.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I'm like, maybe I've
That's
been
a lot.
out of it too much.
Right.
But then this dude gets on his like ass on the ground, like like as if he's about to drive
And
it.
everybody, what?
No, as if he's about to drive an invisible race car. Like he's in that position, and then he just starts bouncing on his ass like around the pit area, and then some guy comes in and slides in, like and then like does like a little kick, but it's like not like a real one. He slides in, and he's like giving him like little kicks on the ground. I was like, okay, I'm losing. And then some other guy came in and slid in on his feet into both of them. And then that wasn't even honestly that was pretty up there, but then it just peaked after like was the peak moment right here. There's some dude just like rat crawls across the middle of the pit on all four legs, just scurries across the middle of the pit. Like I don't know what's going on anymore.
What show is this?
Dude,
Is it the simulation?
it was I was like, what is? I was like, I've seen a couple crazy pits. That was the craziest one, and there was no hands being thrown at the time.
That is hilarious.
Not
Yeah.
a single drop of blood, but the craziest shit.
Damn,
you've
I
ever
wish I
seen.
could remember. The only one I remember is TX Bio, but that's because that was my homie is in that one. Or Bio TX. My homie's in that one. But the band before that was pretty good too. I only watched those two, and then I went to go.
This is a metal show.
Yeah,
Like
post hardcore metal.
Okay.
Yeah. yeah. Fuck you, dude. Yeah, fuck you.
That's hilarious. He literally just
Nah, it's mathcore. No, I'm kidding. It's not.
I mean, it's like necessary sometimes when you're really trying to get specific, but you know what I mean. Like,
I mean, yeah, I guess mathcore is still the same shit, right? I don't know the difference because people will tell me.
Mathcore is just extremely technical. Like, lots of tapping. They probably wrote it out on the computer and then learned it. Like, I mean, some people do that.
What do you mean,
They
like
do
tap?
do?
You said they just
Like, they'll write it out.
They do
Which I
that.
guess you could say is like writing it out notationally first. You could basically say that. Like, they'll write it with a keyboard on their computer and then learn what they did on the key on, you know what I mean? Like, and go back over it on guitar and practice it.
Okay, I feel that.
I know, like, I have some friends that do that.
Okay, hell yeah.
But they're, like, their end product is just insanely technical.
That sounds technical. I mean, like you're kind of getting a like computation of how it should be, and then you replicate that type shit.
Yeah. Like, if you were writing out like a piano sonata wrote it on paper, you know, like music paper. I guess it's basically the same thing. But I mean, I just can't do that.
Yeah, I mean it's
Just feel it out or what?
probably more accurate
Yeah,
too.
we
though.
always we do a lot of
You don't.
improv. Like we do a lot of improv.
You never write the music or sometimes it's like a.
it happens differently. Like sometimes I'll think of it in my head while I'm at work.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I might even get my phone and like hum it out, and so I always have it, you know,
Right.
and I don't forget it because I forget everything. And but like so I'll do that sometimes, but more often than not, like I don't know, we improv and then we find little parts that we like where it just really went hard, and we're like, okay, let's keep that, and then do that, and then we'll maybe add like a verse here instead of chorus. Like that would be cool as a chorus. So now let's come up with a verse. So we'll freestyle them, and that's like kind of how we write songs.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of crazy. That's kind of like there's. I know some people. I mean, personally, that I know, they'll write like each part for the band, or sometimes each person will write their own part, or like usually it'll be someone who writes most of the parts for the band, and then they'll go over it, and then they'll just kind of feel it out from there, and like feel where each part fits in.
That is what most of my friends that I know do. I believe that's kind of what Winton does.
Like Winton does that. AJ does that for his band too.
Yeah. My buddy Nasser does it for his band.
He has a band?
Nasser.
Is it two different? Do you know two Nassers? Because that's kind of crazy.
I don't know if they're still playing right now. They haven't played a show in a long time because they went through lineup changes, Winton would say. Basically changed some members of the band.
Yeah.
And then since it's happened, they haven't played a show. So.
It's a funny way of putting it.
Yeah.
Gotta change the lineup.
Dude, bands are constantly doing that. I think you're lucky to not have done that because I know right now Winton's going through that. AJ's also have been going through that with his band.
It seems to just cause problems.
Yeah.
That's what it seems to do. Like I've not seen it work out very well. Like there's always just some issue with it because then some people just feel like they're not as important as somebody else in the band is, because
Or just the chemistry doesn't match up how it once was or how you thought it could be type shit.
Yeah.
It's tough because you're dealing with like personalities, you know what I mean? Like whether someone's talented or not, they still have to mesh well with the rest of the band.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There's plenty of talent out there, but like, can we fuck with you when we're not recording?
Yeah, it's the same as any like hiring process. Like, are they going to be good for the job? Are they going to be good at the job? Sure. Are they going to work well with the team that I have?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, or are they going to cause problems?
Right.
Are going to be drama? Then the whole team stops working. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
The engine doesn't
we
run the
all
same.
write in a room together, or we write separately, bring it to the band, and the band's like, this kind of sounds the same as like one of the other songs, so maybe, and then it still turns into everybody writing.
Right.
By the end of the day, that's pretty much what it is.
That's a good way of doing it.
Brainstorming ideas, but coming together for the execution type shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we all listen to different types of music. We don't want the other person to get bored.
Mm.
We don't want them to get bored with our music. That would really suck.
Right.
So everybody listens to really different music. So we have different things coming in.
That's
Ian listens to a lot of funk. He's a bass player. So we let him, and we're learning better to mesh those ideas. Like it'll be a funk bass part, but it's still like a rock bass part.
That's fire.
That's just funky.
Hey, bro,
That
funk
makes
goes with it. I'm a firm believer. You could put a funk bass line in a lot of things and make that shit work. Because if the crowd's grooving to the bass line, you could throw so much over that. You could just freestyle over that bass line and just go fucking nuts with it.
Yeah, I love freestyling guitar. That's like what got me into it. I was like, I can sit here and do whatever.
Oh yeah.
And if I get good enough at it, I can do that. Sounds tornado.
Y'all ever do that? Do y'all do like freestyle sessions? Like a freestyle sesh? Like someone, that'd be
All
cool.
the time.
Just like someone starts just grooving and someone start coming.
That's basically
shredding.
what we do every time as soon as we get to practice.
Just like a warm
First
up.
person that has an instrument on typically starts noodling around just because that's what musicians do. So they'll start noodling around and eventually they're playing something. Maybe they're playing something that they did at home or whatever. And then, I'll just jump on it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll just jump on it and like start doing like a, like a lead riff
What
over it
feels
or something
right
like that. Or solo or something like that. And then before you know it, the rhythm guitar is coming in and we just look at each other's fingers, see what key it's in, do it by ear. And, Shay comes in with the drums. And by the end of it, we've been playing for about 20 minutes without stopping us.
Dude, hell
A little
yeah.
good
You know what
warm
I'm
up. Good warm up for the band too.
And then your hands are warmed up. You might have had a couple riffs in there that were like, dude, I like what you did there.
Mhm.
That was sick. Like, we should keep that. We should remember that. And luckily, we have everything mic'd up, so we can record it and just have it on the computer. And then he can, like our other guitar player can email it to us. I can take it home, put my headphones in, and I can still play to it and write a different part. I'm like, I didn't like what I did there, so like, what can I actually?
edit it a little bit,
Part.
just like sharpen
Yeah, and I won't,
those
you know, I
tools.
won't add it on my computer or anything, but I'll listen back to it and I'll play while I'm listening to it. I'm like, I don't really like. No, it's like, what could I actually play for?
What if
song,
this
right?
part was like this type shit? Yeah.
Yeah, and then the next time when we go to practice, you know, we'll be working on that new song. We'll have like 20 minutes set aside to work on the new song, 30 minutes, an hour, whatever we decided to do for that practice that day. And then we'll be, you know, we can go back and listen to it and be like, okay, you already know what you're going to do now. Because, you know, so you're bringing it and then everybody's like, oh, that was sick. You know, like yeah, that's way better than what it was last week.
What's y'all's practice schedule look like?
3 days out of the week for about 4 hours.
Okay.
Damn.
I was
every
gonna
time.
say like.
Yeah, we are not like, we're new and a lot of people stop playing instruments for years at a time.
Mhm.
And we out practice every other band as far as we
I was
know.
gonna say 12
Any
hours a
other-
week is not a little bit amount of time. You know what I mean?
Fuck
Like,
no.
No, it's a
that's
lot. No, it's a
yeah.
lot, and we're all doing it at home by ourselves.
Yeah, for sure.
This
You
is
know
what
what I
I was gonna say. It's like, is it weird to me? I mean, it's probably not weird to you because you're just like, it's clockwork now. You know what I mean? But like when you think about it, like when you tell someone like, I gotta go to band practice, and some people are like, nah, dude, you
Yeah,
get,
that's-
psh, you know, you
Yeah,
can
it's
just,
not real. You know, like,
yeah,
like, you know, I have
exactly.
I have my shifts blocked off for work. Like I cannot. My only 2 off days, we have those band practices,
Mm.
and sometimes I work the morning of that practice. I don't actually have an off day, like to not do anything.
Trust me, I know that feel.
Yeah, right? You
I know that feel
you know what I mean?
100%.
Well, that's what you got to do for the things that you love. You know what I mean? Like if you want it to go somewhere, you got to. It's the thing that you have to do
Sacrifices.
in that spare time that you used to have, where you could have been fucking off playing video games, which is what I would be doing. Or like, you know, you could either do that or you could do something that might go somewhere in the off chance. And then if it doesn't go anywhere, it's like you got something to show your kids. You don't have kids, you got something to look back on.
Right.
you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
That's true. I mean, you put it like, first of all, 2 years already playing at Scout Bar, and like not even just playing, you know, them being like, come back.
No, we played for a national act in our first 2 years of being a band. That's not
That's
super
pretty
common.
dope. Yeah, yeah.
know?
It's pretty
we're
solid.
proud. We're proud of that.
I mean,
you know?
even being
Could
able to
be.
perform at like shows like that, yeah. Any like,
Yeah.
not even just like national, maybe like a smaller gig, like
Yeah, we skipped really playing small, tiny little bars. We skipped that phase. I don't know how that happened. I don't really remember, but we skipped playing at the little bars. You know what I mean?
I mean, you probably could still. I mean, I think that would still help though.
We do. We play at the smaller like bars that are music bars. Like that's what they are for. Like Dan Electro's.
Is that where you did the
place is
July
really-
4th?
Yeah, like that place. That's what it's for. Is doing that. You know what I mean? So we'll play those places, but we're not. You know, we're not playing like this tiny bar in Pasadena kind of thing.
Like a
You know
real
what I'm
shit,
saying?
like anything I can get type of
Yeah,
like
like a karaoke.
like
place.
no
We're
one
not
knows why
playing
the fuck
karaoke
you're there.
places.
Like
Yeah.
who the
yeah.
fuck are they? Like why are you
Yeah.
here?
Not that that's
Boo.
bad, you know, like you got like, but we're at a point where it would probably be more damaging us to be playing those tiny little, you know what I mean? Like it would, you know, we got to be looking more professional all the time.
Yeah, then to be these motherfuckers aren't doing shit.
Yeah, like some like our producer's band, they're in a position where they say no to shows. You know what I mean? We don't have that option. We say yes to every show
Yeah.
that we're asked to play. And we love doing that because we love playing. But his band's at the point where they have to be careful about which shows.
But who is that?
Hunter, he's the Oracle Sound. He's
Oh,
our,
so like that reggae,
yeah.
the reggae band. Yeah.
Hunter Wilson. He's his studio work is amazing. He's like a really good producer. Fantastic. The last one the first single we did, we actually did at Sugar Hill Studios, which is
It's a pretty.
I might be mistaken on this, but I believe it is the oldest studio in America.
Oh, it is. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It
I'm
is.
almost
It's-
positive on that one.
yeah,
too.
yeah,
Sugar Hill.
yeah.
Yeah.
Who's that country player?
Yeah.
Plays the acoustic guitar. He's like
Is that the one?
big stoner.
Is
big
Sugar
stoner
Hill?
dude.
That's the one in Tennessee, right? No.
Sugar Hill
Yeah.
is here in Texas.
Is it?
It's in Houston. Yeah.
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 I think it's the oldest. I know it's the oldest one. Okay, now that you say, it, I know for sure it's the
definitely
oldest one in Houston.
for sure. But I think it's one of the oldest ones in America, if not.
I-
Because I mean, like, what is that country guy's name with the braids? Big stoner. He's like old. He's an old man
You're
now.
talking about
Fucking one that smokes Halloween.
fucking
Yeah.
God.
I
damn it.
can't
I
think of him right
his
Yeah, I
now.
know.
Fucking like I want to say what.
Not Chevy. No,
No, I want to say
Chevy.
Woody Harrelson, but it starts with Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson.
Yeah, he recorded there
There we go.
originally.
Yeah.
Like, so that was cool.
We were all like, everyone's like, it's there.
That one
Yeah.
guy.
It's coming.
It's permanently stained and smells like cigarettes.
Love that.
The early days, bro. That's. I mean, you gotta think.
Yeah, you walk in and like. That's
My favorite.
That's the smell of inspiration. Like, right
They
there.
didn't have vapes that smelled like fucking blueberries and fucking
Yeah.
mango, dog. Yeah, you got one option.
Yeah, and like even now he was like I remember our producer was like you can it's like cigarettes you gotta smoke in the lobby, weed you can smoke in the studio. It's like,
All right.
I was like, we can still go to the lobby if I want to smoke a cigarette. It's like a living room.
It's like inside the building.
Yeah, I was like, is that still a thing?
I could smoke
do
it
we do that?
outside.
Yeah, right. Dude, I think like 4 years ago, I was at a Chili's in like
Let's go.
I don't normally eat at Chili's.
Yeah. He's like, I don't. That's not the 2
Yeah,
for
I don't
25 is good,
I
but
don't
like
want
I
to be
don't.
known as the Chili's guy.
Yeah. But I was there and she asked smoking or non-smoking. And it wasn't in Houston, it was in like I don't remember. I don't remember. It was college town.
Was it in Texas?
Yeah.
Was it like up north?
No, it's like a whatever it is. Sam Houston?
Sam Houston. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, it was Sam Houston. And yeah, we were, which I guess there for some reason it makes sense to me. Like I wasn't really that surprised. I was like, if that's gonna happen anywhere, but they were like, she was like, you want smoking or not smoking? I was like, I'm sorry.
I used to be thinking. That's what I was thinking. Like back when I was growing up, dude, you go in a restaurant, they asked that to everyone.
They used to ask that.
It used
at
to be
every
like
restaurant.
the
Not every
smallest barrier that it's like I'm still inhaling the smoke on this side. I don't know why
Yeah,
it's
right? Yeah.
like why they're acting like the whole building is a smoking section. What do we?
Yeah, and then I never really thought about it until I was older, but like, you know, you're like a 8-year-old kid leaving the restaurant with your family and you just smell like cigarettes. It's like soaked into your clothes.
It's funny now because people hate going to Reno's, which if you've never been to Reno's is just a karaoke bar. People hate going because I always smell like cigarettes when I leave Reno's. Yeah, that was every restaurant you would go into.
Yeah.
When you think about that. It's not even a bar. You're just going to catch a meal and you leave
Oh yeah,
smelling like cigarettes.
especially with long hair. Is it
Oh,
like
that shit's
it's
in
in your hair? If you let your hair down, like all people are gonna smell is cigarettes. Like
Oh,
if they're around you,
Fucking.
it's just like damn.
It is
And
what it
not
is.
knocking anyone who smokes cigarettes, but that shit it stains everything.
Yeah.
The smell stains everything. Have you ever seen a wall? Like if you like see someone who smoked in their house?
Oh, like the yellow.
Oh, it's yellow?
yeah, you like take
yeah.
off this thing and it's just yellow everywhere.
Yeah,
It's
Ugh.
gross.
Probably best not to smoke inside.
Yeah,
I think
I'd say
everyone's
you'd-
on that level now, mostly. Like probably best to.
Yeah, I mean,
You'd be
like,
surprised, you know.
yeah, I think it used to be like a norm for people to smoke cigarettes
Ooh, are we
inside. Like,
French?
so crazy. Like now, people at least will say, "Do you mind if I smoke inside?" Type shit.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah,
Take your
probably,
ass
yeah.
outside. We're civilized around here.
1950.
Shit, dude, that shit would have been. I mean, honestly, if I grew up in that time, I probably would have been smoking cigarettes inside.
Oh yeah, for sure. You look so cool. Come on, let's be real.
Yeah, can I smoke inside? Yeah, dude. Fuck yeah.
Do I have to have a leather jacket?
It's all.
Yeah, or a suit. Or you have to be wearing a suit. Full.
A full
Yeah.
suit? Yeah, yeah.
You ever seen Mad Men?
yeah.
Full
Like,
suit or
dude, I
leather
wanna be that guy.
jackets.
No in between. You're
There's
either a
no-
motorcycle gang or a fucking accountant. I don't know what's going on in your life, but I don't want to see you with a cigarette inside
Bro,
unless
back
it's one
in
of
the
those.
day, even if you were poor, motherfuckers were still wearing fedoras and suspenders. Like, why was that? If you're poor, let them be. You don't need to upkeep at that point. Like, I don't know why that's a thing.
No, so with our uniform change for work, we obviously can't wear hats unless, as a bartender, you are allowed to wear a fedora.
I hate that.
I hate
Please do it. I'm gonna come in.
We are me and one of the other bartenders.
Holy shit.
We already decided. We were like, you know what? Just out of spite, we're gonna come in here with fedoras on, see how you like it.
You
See how long that lasts.
I don't even like a fedora, but fuck
Exactly.
you.
I mean, that day we had that meeting, I went into the mall and went to Spencer's to look for a fedora. I was like, Spencer's totally has a fedora.
Dude, people who wear fedoras definitely go into Spencer's.
That's it,
Yeah, that was his thought process. Like, damn, you wear a fedora. That's one of the few box lunch right next door or whatever. What is it? Have you?
Oh
what-
yeah.
No, what-
It's like Think Geek, but
No, not. Yeah, it's like that, but
Different?
it's the Hot Topic version. Hot Topic.
what box lunch?
Yeah.
yeah, it's
It's like
basically
what
I
it
guess
is, yeah.
more
You should go on
alternative.
Hot Topic. I'm sure they got a ton of fedoras.
You know, I didn't think about it until I was walking out, and I was like, maybe I should have gone into
Yeah,
Hot Topic.
think about it. I mean, don't get me wrong. We were Hot Topic kids, but like, there's still
Oh, yeah,
there's
for
still the
sure.
Hot Topic kids who wear fedoras.
I used to have those Osiris's.
Oh God.
Yeah, I wore skinny jeans and Osiris's in junior high.
Oh, fucking hate
Like
you.
just the biggest.
I had
shoes,
Adios.
green
What is that?
and
Was it
purple
Adios?
And what is it?
Adios, I think is what it was. Had a big.
Adios?
I wore those. I wore Etnies a lot.
I know what you're talking about.
Fucking, I never wore the.
Where-
Those
where-
Cyrus were too much. That was.
I did have it.
Yeah, I had the Etnies.
Yeah.
I wore like Lakai's, like skating shoes. But the Osiris, that was like, I might as well wear a Cookie Monster hat and drink Monster.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not.
Drink.
I was
It's a drink monster.
And I had
Oh.
what was it? That, and I had a pair of. 'Cause you know, I used to get CCS magazine,
Oh,
skate
dude,
magazine.
CCS
Remember
though,
that?
dude, it was the shit, dude. I used to get my shit from there too. I'm not
I
gonna lie.
got this. I remember I got this pair of DCs, low tops. They're not high tops. They're just DCs, and they are just completely. There is not a single thread or piece of leather on this shoe that is not lime green.
Oh,
The entire shoe is just a completely solid lime
He
green
for
shoe.
sure drank Monster, bro. He for sure was drinking Monster.
I think I was actually drinking coffee. My dad had me drinking coffee when I was probably like 9.
I know you were
good.
menace,
That's
bro.
real
Anyone
healthy.
who's wearing Osiris and DC shoes, especially lime green ones
Was on
with
some
skinny
shit.
jeans, I'm like, I'm not gonna lie. I hung out with some of those kids.
How many felonies do you have, young man?
Man, I was pretty good.
No, but I know.
Yeah.
I expect that.
For the most part.
Those are the kids that you like. It's like when you think of stoners in like movies and shit. The real stoners and people smoking meth were the ones that were in DC and Osiris's
Yeah.
in middle school. Those are the real ones that were fucking doing all the drugs and shit. Was fucking. I just can't believe that. I'm not gonna lie.
I know.
I'm
I feel
appalled.
ashamed, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah,
As you
dude.
should.
Yeah.
No.
I don't even know how I found them in like my size in junior high. You know.
I think they had it was one size fits all. I don't think
It's
they
just,
had
like molded around your
I
foot.
don't think they had sizes. I thought it was just
Just one giant clown shoe.
yeah, bro. I didn't know.
If I was an emo clown.
That's kind of what it was.
Basically.
They were like, honestly, when I think of Osiris, I think of like if Skate Shoe tried to make a Jordan. It's like
It's
the
giving
worst.
Ronald McDonald.
Dude, they had like pink and blue, like they were just colors. It's like, why are we doing this? Who thought this was a good color
Or
combination?
like ice cream shoes. You remember those?
The cotton candy ones and shit
Yeah,
like that.
they always had crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were pretty wild too.
Yeah.
I never had those, but
Yeah, gauges.
do I have gauges?
I mean, now I'm pretty sure, but
no, these are fake gauges.
God
Gauges?
damn it, bro.
Yeah, yeah. I
fucking-
like the turquoise.
They're phages,
So-
bro.
the gauges.
I got the magnets on.
Look, my thing is like, I like the color of these, but I wouldn't gauge my ears. It's just, I don't know.
But you'd wear
really bother me.
DCs
Like, I
and
get why other people
Osiris,
have 'em.
but you would. He's like, that's where I draw the
Not
line.
anymore.
That's where
not
I draw the
anymore.
line, guys. Is look,
Yeah.
all right, dude. You
Now I'm a normal guy. I got Vans on.
got fake fucking gauges. I don't know how
Vans
to.
on.
I got Vans.
It makes me normal.
I think that's like the upgrade though. Everyone got like you get Vans, you can wear Vans to everything. You get a pair of the traditional black Vans.
Just the
That's a dress
the
shoe.
old school.
That's a That's a
yeah,
dress
it's
shoe.
like
You want
clean.
it?
They're like fresh ass
Yeah,
black
yeah,
Vans. Honestly, it kind of is. There's a lot of people that do
You
that.
don't
now.
remember back at like all
You
the
don't remember when
Saturdays are
people
for the
were-
boys, and it was like a full tux, but they had fucking.
You don't remember when
Yeah,
people
it's-
were wearing like Nike Roshis with their fucking suits and shit like that, or
People
like
were wearing Nike. I never owned a pair, but people wearing Nike
Shit was
Roshis. Dude, Skechers.
interesting.
Going.
Skechers, dog. That's the
Dude.
one.
Hey, Swiss.
Holy shit. Hey, bro, the K Swiss though, they had some nice K Swiss. The Skechers.
I've never had a pair of Nikes.
Were K Swiss like
For
the
real?
original?
Yep.
Like
Oh shit.
I might have had the SVs, the skate.
SBs,
skate
I
ones.
do the SBs. I used to.
I think I might
I
have
had the
a pair of those.
SBs, bro. I had the fucking Paul Rodriguez P Rods.
were the white?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Were the
that's right.
white K Swisses the original like white Nike Air Forces for white girls type shit?
Well, yeah, no, they had the 3 stripes too. I think.
Not did it?
Yeah, it was like
Well,
Adidas.
it was like a stitching though. It wasn't like actual stripes.
I
It
think
was like
what-
all white with the K Swiss logo on the side.
That's just funny. I think about like just Burlington Coat Factory when I think of K Swiss, or like fucking
Payless.
Yeah.
Payless. Or
Famous footwear.
I like
Bro, real
fucking-
shit. I'm going in
makes-
there for some non-slips.
makes me think of like FUBU and fucking South Pole jeans now. That's like the vibe. You go into Burlington Coat Factory, it's probably like just a
Hey, you can find some
like a
deals.
surplus of fucking FUBU shoes.
Oh, dude, for sure.
Dude, you want to hear something really funny?
Of
South
course.
Pole pants.
So obviously we wear like ties and button-ups for work. I'm not gonna say who it was because it's just so disrespectful. We're like bartending, button up, tie, vest, everything, looking fly, and then I'm like looking down because I dropped like my pen or something, and I look and he's wearing Croc non-slips, like black
Let's
Croc
go.
non-slips. I mean, they have
tux.
the like they've got the thing and everything. I mean, I was just like, I kind of just like our manager was right next to us, so I kind of just looked up and I was like, are you?
Hey.
Are you for real?
Who do you think you are?
I'm
With your button up and your tie, you're gonna wear these
That's true. That's
fucking
fair.
Crocs.
Wait to
Are
work.
you in two-wheel drive right now?
They were Croc non-slips.
You
So
wear
you're
that,
just-
though?
So you're just not gonna be in four-wheel drive at work?
right.
I fuck with
exactly.
Crocs, but I think with a suit, it's kind of a line that needs to be drawn there.
It's like
Yeah.
slippers with a suit.
It's exact. Like if they're
Or
like more formal
fuzz-
slippers, I guess. Crocs are a weird shoe. I love
They're
them.
black. I mean, so they.
What if they
went
made
with-
non-slip like fuzzy shoes, like the little tigers and fucking shoes, but they're non-slip. I mean,
These are non-slips, dude. These are
You
non-slips.
see how slip runs and bust their ass, dude.
Yeah. And they were like just at this meeting telling us like like non-slips, anything but those sneakers, like the ones that look like tennis shoes.
But
'cause-
Crocs are okay.
Yeah, exactly. I was like,
Love that.
I feel like no one has looked down when they were talking to him this entire time. You know what I mean? Like,
they didn't
if
even-
they would have looked down, they would have seen
Is that
the horrific.
are you sure you
thing
wouldn't
that was
like another
happening here.
martini? Please don't look down.
Yeah, right. How about a Manhattan?
Bro, we're getting new uniform changes too. Ours is way worse than yours, though.
What is
So
it?
like, I mean, for me, I kind of like the suspenders and the white shirt. I know
It's not bad.
It wasn't
It's not a
bad, right?
look.
it's worse though. So we're gonna wear like plaid, like blue plaid, like a light blue plaid, long sleeve. Now,
blue
like think
lumberjack.
Billy Ray Cyrus, and blue jeans with like
It's
with
lumberjack vibes,
like a
but
blue apron, like
There
denim
is
on
no
denim.
wood to be
Why
cut.
not? Why not red? That wouldn't be
It's a
as
political
painful to look
statement,
at.
really, if you think about
Oh.
it.
Like blue.
Oh wow.
We want that. You said a what?
So it's a political statement if you think about it.
Oh, the blue fucking damn blue line, boys.
Blue lives matter.
Oh shit.
Let's go.
They-
I mean, but y'all are gonna have to wear long sleeves.
Yeah, you can
Yeah, that
you can roll them
sounds
up
ass.
though. But
Sounds ass regardless.
yeah, it's gonna be pretty. When I saw the uniform, it made me think like Hannah Montana the movie where she's riding the horses around. Like it made me think like
Still have to wear the suspenders.
no. We're
Oh,
getting
okay.
it.
Does it have to be tucked in?
I don't know.
That's a good question.
Because
It might not be.
if y'all wear blue jeans and you tuck your shirt in, you're gonna look stupid.
With a full,
No offense to
like,
anybody that does
flannel
that.
I
type
hope we
shit.
have tuck in the flannel now, just because so we
Does
do
it
look.
look that silly?
Yeah, it's just a full.
You did this.
You have to buy a belt buckle. You have to have a full.
Are they gonna
That's
change
part
the
of the
apron?
uniform.
Aprons, or the
one of
apron's
those
gonna be the
horseshoe
same?
looking
Part of the
belt
uniform,
buckles.
just big old, big old front buckle.
Yeah.
Fucking, no, they have like the whiskey cake, WC fucking
Yeah,
buckles.
that's
type shit,
exactly-
like, part of the
Giant-
uniform.
Just huge,
Dude,
obnoxious as
Dude.
fuck.
Oh, that'd be
should
great.
Fucking, you just have to walk up
Oh.
to every table like, "Howdy, y'all. Welcome to whiskey cake."
Isaac brought a long sleeve. Alright, that says Coors on the thing, and they said he could wear it. So now he's gonna wear his little Coors button up.
Who, Isaac?
Yeah.
Oh, because it kind of looks like the bartender's uniform, right?
Yeah, well,
Similar.
No, but like for the new uniform, they let him wear it.
oh,
the
really?
blue, yeah. It says it's just a Coors. There's Coors on it,
Nice.
and I like that though.
Does he drink Coors?
No, but it's just like the idea. I think Coors is more of like a live, laugh Coors, you know?
Sorry. Like a culture? Is that what you're trying to get around? Live, laugh, Coors. I don't
Middle-aged
know if
white
that's
moms.
the point.
I don't know. I think we've
There's
memed. It's
dads,
just
I
like
guess.
I think for me, I think it's just like everyone when you think of Coors. I mean, there's people who love Coors. I'm not saying there's not, but for all the people I know directly that I've hung
Yeah.
out, it's cool. You think of Coors, you're like
Yeah.
Coors,
I
Coors.
mean, some people shit on like I feel like sometimes like when I'm at a bar, like especially in like Pasadena where it's not like people don't really drink stuff, they're like, oh yeah, you only drink craft beer. I'm like, yeah. Like,
I
you drinking
like what I
Michelob?
like.
It's kind of
not that like not hating on it, but I'm like, not give me shit for drinking this.
Right.
Like, come on, man.
so you're telling me I'm paying an extra $1.50 for a 6-pack for this to taste way better than that.
Probably a higher alcohol
See,
content
like,
too.
I shit on people that drink Bud Light, not because I feel like I'm better than them, but because I like Busch more than I like Bud Light, and it's a lot cheaper. So, like, if you
I kinda-
are going for
wait.
cheap beer, why would you go for the not as tasty cheap beer in my opinion. Like,
yeah, that's
I do
true.
like Bush. Bush is also 5
Not Busch
point
Light,
something
Busch.
percent, I think.
Well, and it's
5.4.
so, it's
5.4.
so
Nice.
cheap. It's cheap,
Yeah.
right? Isn't it like the cheapest?
Dude,
beer
it's
for
5.4%.
Yeah, 30 for 20, man.
What is this? Hold up.
Keegan got me on that because
no, it's 4.5. I don't know if it's.
Bush?
Four,
Oh, I'm
yeah.
gonna look it up.
I think it's 4.5.
You said Keegan what?
Keegan really brought the Bush home from the Marine Corps
Dude.
because it'd be the cheapest thing. So he's
Oh,
like,
dog.
no, we'd like get money for the whole, the whole like barracks basically, and they would just all leave their
4.3.
doors open, and the whole barracks would just be party. Apparently, it sounded
Oh
pretty
no,
fun.
I'm sorry. That's Busch Light.
It's 4.1%.
No,
No, that's actually
Well,
Bush
this is
Latte.
wrong.
Busch Light is 4.1.
Bush Light is 4.1.
What is
Yeah,
Busch beer?
Lucky. They got.
4.7.
Yeah, this says 4.3.
Oh, this
4.3%. Rolling Rock is 4.4.
Rolling Rock.
you haven't Rolling Rock? It's
Another
like the
shit
green
beer.
cans.
No.
So when
Nope.
you think of shit
Still
beer,
cheap.
this is the Mount Rushmore right
This is
here.
what I'm saying. We have like tiers of beers.
Natty Light.
Tears.
Beer
of
tears.
Tears for-
beer tears. Wow.
You've heard of Tears for Fears.
That's a
This is
podcast
Tears
right
for
there.
Beers.
Yeah, that's a podcast right there.
Hey, that'd be a good one.
Cheers.
We just talk about bands and
Yeah,
drink
music
beer.
and
Beer.
beer, craft beer and music.
Dude, fuck yeah.
Not a bad idea.
we rate
do they
shitty
just
beers and we
create
rate
a
great
podcast?
beers.
Yeah, is this a tier or is this a beer?
Yeah, this is Tears for
Yeah.
Beers.
Yeah.
Honestly though, if I had
Does
to,
make you cry?
I had to
This is
say,
making me cry.
Love Street is probably like on the premium side of beers, but I feel like this is my go-to. It's
I
a
mean,
go-to
not only
premium.
that, but this is like a Texas staple. Here.
Love Street, you think so?
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot of people that don't drink it.
Yeah, I mean, like it's not.
Like I feel like everybody kind of enjoys it. It's like an easy beer to drink.
That's
right? It's
true.
not-
Yeah.
It's not like it's a hopadillo where it's like powerful flavor.
All right, let's
Some people hate that stuff.
let's rate beer for a second. We'll take a quick
Hey,
little.
what?
I want to. I'm gonna rate beer for a second
All right.
because I don't. All right, so Lone Star.
Are
Where
we
you putting
rating
that?
it like on a scale of 1 to 10? or
Nah,
like
just if you were to rank it, like just put it on the
On
our
the
shit
tier
beers. Is it
scale?
lower end shit beer?
Lone Star is not one of
As-
my favorites.
There's like
Ziegenbach.
there's an unspoken law in the alternative music scene, like like alternative rock and metal and stuff like that. If you're in Texas and you're into that scene, you better like Lone Star
It's
because
the cheapest
like,
all
people
around.
will
of-
shit on you if you're like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? If you don't like Lone
it's
Star,
not great. It's not wet.
I'll
it's
get
not
it.
bad.
It depends. If Lone
I
Star's,
really actually don't think it's that bad.
if it's the same price as the other beers, I will absolutely not get it. But if
Okay,
it's cheaper, I will absolutely 100% get Lone Star.
for
I mean, if you're at a
sure.
venue, bro, it's so expensive
Lone
for a
Star?
beer. No, just beer in general.
Oh yeah, that's
Like
true.
at venues and stuff. It's outrageous.
Oh yeah, you gotta
Stadiums.
get fucked up before.
Like Ziegenbach.
Absolutely.
I'll
Yeah, for
I'll
sure.
drink Ziegenbach. Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Ziegenbach,
PBRs are nice.
it's $1 at some places,
Yeah.
so can't hate that.
Yeah. No, definitely not.
All right, how about this? Ultimatum. You're in Twin Peaks, right? You go and you sit down. You get in Ziegenbach, you get in PBR.
I get a PBR.
I do PBR too.
I'd probably get a PBR.
I
Sometimes Ziegenbach tastes like soap.
I'm
to
not
me.
a
I don't know what
fan
it is.
of
Like
the people
Play-Doh?
that go to Twin Peaks and order a PBR and ask for salt and lime on the rim. That sounds like
It's
like what are we
me.
getting at here?
I
Guys?
do.
what are we doing here?
I
This
do
is-
it
This
sometimes.
is
I
not,
wanna know
not a
you.
Mexican beer. This is not
Yeah.
one of those beers that even goes great with salt and lime. Like, what are you trying to prove,
People that salt and lime their Bud Light.
dude? Like, that's
I'm
what I'm
like,
saying.
look,
Like,
if you don't like the beer, stop. Stop.
if you need to
I
add
understand
something
it's
to this, there
painful,
might
right?
be a problem here.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't really like PBR, but for
You know, you
$2.50
can
for
buy
a tall
beer
boy,
Yeah.
where- You can
Yeah.
buy beer where they add that shit beforehand, right? Like they
Yeah.
have like the Bud
Salt,
Lights
lime.
with lime, and
Oh,
there's
yeah, the
still
Bud
people
Lime.
that buy
Yeah.
Bud Light and
there's
buy
that.
limes.
What's that one? They have it at
It's different. It's not authentic.
They have the beer.
It's not authentic if you don't.
It's not what I
squeeze the lime.
wanted.
It's at Buffalo Wild Wings. It's a salt and lime beer. It's literally a lager. It's a salt and lime lager.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Not that good either.
So
So
is it like what are those chips
It's
that
real
like
bad.
suck, but some people are just obsessed with them?
Oh, fuck, I know what you're talking
Sea salt and
I
vinegar.
love those.
Is this? Yeah.
I love those.
about.
Weirdo.
I love weird chips, bro.
He does.
I
This
like- I
dude's
like
brought
weird
home some
shit.
of the
I
weirdest
was watching
chips.
I was listening to y'all's podcast and I went on it. And it was a whole like.
Dude, no, yeah, I gave him one. He's like, dude, this tastes like the body of Christ.
Yeah.
I was like, what? I was like,
Barbecue
and then we were like,
spice.
barbecue spice, body of Christ.
Christ.
The motherfucker was like 3 a.m. one time, and then went and just sent me an audio message. And was like, barbecue spice, body of Christ. I was like,
Barbecue spice.
He
Barbecue
does
Christ.
that, dude.
yeah.
He just sent me one last night. He was out. He was sending me audio messages on Snapchat.
You like,
Because he wanted me to go out,
yeah.
but I couldn't go out last
You
night.
trying to go to Kima, bro?
Yeah, and I'm not.
Nah, it's enough.
I mean,
It's enough for me.
Kima's not always really my idea of a good time.
It's never my idea of a good time.
Right.
Actually,
I like Scallywags. That place is really chill. It's like that's like a chill bar that has an outrageous amount of beers, and the food is actually really good. So like that place is pretty cool. But like, bro, I'm 26 years old. Don't ask me if I want to go to Voodoo Hut.
that's no.
Like, do I look 22? Like, I'm trying to not die.
I've found that Voodoo Hut during the day, like where you can get like
Totally
their
different.
mimosa specials and shit like that, totally different. Not a
Totally
bad
different
vibe.
Well, you see
Not
the
a bad
adults
vibe.
there.
It's like by the water. They have acoustic,
Exactly.
like, reggae bands play or like
Not
country
a
bands
bad
play,
vibe.
and it's like chill. It's literally, I mean, I will say that's two completely different things. Like Voodoo Day during the day,
Completely
or
different.
Voodoo Day,
Voodoo
Hut.
Day.
Like-
It's Voodoo Day.
Yeah, that's two different vibes.
That's what I'm saying,
for
for
sure.
sure.
People are like, "You want to go shop bar?" I'm like,
Absolutely.
wow.
Not.
I'm like, do I look like I want to commit suicide?
Yeah,
Like-
no, like I that's
I
how
get
I am
hangovers
with,
now, man.
That's how I am with downtown now. Like I don't enjoy going downtown, but my homie's a DJ and he DJs at Electric Feel Good, Dogwood, all the Midtown bars and shit like that. So anytime he's out there, he's like, "Hey, come out, I'll get you some drinks and shit." Like that. I'm like, "All right, fuck it, let's do that." But that is like literally the only time I'm having a good time out in Midtown type shit. Like
Yeah.
whenever I'm just like with the homie in the DJ booth, drinking free drinks and just chilling type
Yeah,
shit.
drinking free
Yeah.
drinks is always a good time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah, I can get on
Dude,
that.
I had such
I
a
can
terrible
definitely
time.
get
They
on
just
that.
kept feeding me free alcohol.
just-
It was fucking. I was like, please
I didn't know
stop,
what
but
to
I
do
kept
with
taking them.
myself.
My birthday, that was terrible.
Dude, no, I remember. No, I got
That
there
was
kind of
so
late,
bad.
and I came up and I was like, "Here's a shot." His friends like, "Stop."
Stop doing.
They were
this.
like, "No." Like they were like mad at me. I was like, "I didn't."
There's like part of me that kind of remembers you doing that.
Yeah, dude. They were like
Like,
mad
how
at me, like,
dare you.
"No," and I was like, looked at him. I was like, "All right."
Fine.
Yeah, you were just like, you
It'll
were-
be all
that
right.
adds up.
like he wasn't drooling on himself, but like it was like he had the
Bro,
face like he wanted to.
I was passing out. I got so, it was bad. It was, I don't know how to describe. My two friends had to
Hey,
carry
he did
me
get
out.
carried out like a rock star though. Just
Yeah, literally like Chris Angel over here. Like, suspension.
freak.
holy shit! I've seen people. Honestly, it's kind of elegant though, like the way that he got carried out. I've seen people get trashed and get dragged.
Yep. Yeah,
At least
yeah, I had
you-
to, yeah, it was a rough night. It was a rough night, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah,
I feel like that sometimes.
I feel like it was someone's birthday not too long ago.
There was one time that we went out, and I don't remember, it was someone's birthday too, and I woke up on the kitchen floor in the morning.
It's good.
Yeah.
What?
Good.
4 in the morning. You woke up on the kid.
No, it was probably about like
9
noon.
No, that is not
maybe
the
11 in the
morning.
morning. Yeah, maybe 11 in the morning.
No,
something like
you
that.
woke up on the kitchen floor.
Yeah.
That's where you
Because I
decided to
guess-
lay to
yeah,
rest.
I did, like something happened and I just wouldn't get up. I was like, I give up.
I've had one
You
of
just
those.
laid there. You're like, this is.
I'll just yeah.
You touch it. You're like, this is good for me right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah,
Okay,
had one
I've
of
slept
those
on
nights.
a.
That was the last time I went that hard.
I've slept outside on a front. Like a porch. It's not a porch. What was it? Like a dock. Not a dock.
Oh,
either.
it was like a balcony.
a deck.
pier.
It was a
balcony.
deck.
Oh, a
It was a deck. It was like an outside deck
That was a
upstairs, 2-story
balcony.
balcony deck.
I feel like a deck is like different, but I mean, it was made out of wood, so I guess you could call
It's
it
a balcony
deck.
deck.
But it was
Yeah.
a balcony. It was
I
like the
fell
bedroom's
asleep on one of
balcony
the
type shit.
outside. I was outside. I fell asleep on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Essentially, this man was the last person up at the party, and he decided to shuffle outside and dance and listen to music and fell asleep on the balcony doing that.
No. He's got the
or
story.
you might have the
Embarrassing
story.
story. I was at one point. There was a big we rented out a house. It was a mansion, pretty much. And I was in like there was this area with fucking. It was like where the washer and dryer was, but it was a big space. So I closed it, and I was just listening to music because I was fucked up, right? So I'm just shuffling in there. And one of our friends opens up the door. He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." It closes the door back. Like it's one of those moments you stop. Hey,
It's just
like nah. I was like,
expect
my
an audience,
apologies.
but-
I'm sorry to interrupt whatever's going on. No, it's
this
cool.
seems coordinated. I don't want.
Nah, no, thank you. Nah, come on.
I feel like it would have been weirder if they just opened the door and just stared at you and just watched you dance. For a few minutes.
That would definitely have been weirder. Come on, boy, more.
Let's go.
You're like, oh yeah. Alright.
That's a deep laugh.
Yeah, fuck.
Let's go.
I forgot they hosted that to raise more money for their fucking team.
Average Joe's.
Like shit. Do you know Cole's a conspiracy theorist?
Oh, is he? Me too. I do. I definitely do that, and I definitely believe in them a lot. Yeah, I mean, a lot of them are just paying attention to things. Yeah.
But it's not even a conspiracy. It's
The reptiles are taking over.
I mean, yeah, those people are the ones that are like in front of your face doing it. They're
That's
meeting in
true.
front of our face, being like, "Hey, we're fucking you," and you're like, "Yeah, fuck yeah, we're destroying your livelihoods right in front of your eyes." Can
Yeah,
you
see-
imagine though? Like back then, like people probably met and like, dude, we can't let them know we're fucking up. Now, like someone did it for the first time in public, like, oh, they don't care. Get out here. They'll let us do it, and then they just and everyone's like, oh fuck.
Oh yeah. I mean, and you say exposed, but it's only like on the lighter side of exposure type shit. Like some people have become accountable for some things that we can not really prove, like that, and the public doesn't have all of the information yet.
They
Because
didn't
a lot
release
it's
any of the
still in
documents, I
court.
don't think.
Well,
with the names.
There's been some documents. A lot of it was redacted. It would a little of both.
At that point, are they investigating themselves? Is
Yeah.
so like, how's that?
Yeah, FBI is the
Yeah.
Bureau of Investigation.
CIA is more like overseas and like they're like, you know, the one. Yeah. FBI's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The CIA, NSA, all that shit's the same. You know,
It's
fucking-
not. It's runs under the same like motivations, but it's definitely under some different pretenses. Right.
Yeah. So the NSA, yeah, the
I mean-
NSA spies on us,
Well, that, exactly.
and then the
that's what I'm saying.
CIA also spies on us.
They-
So, I mean, I don't know.
Right. The
Yeah,
CIA
fuck it.
focuses more on spying on other people, though.
Who
The-
is
the-
CIA?
Yeah, the NSA is the National Security Agency. They make sure that they spy on us so that they can make sure everything is good on the
You know they can find you.
preventative measures and shit like that. It's like, come
Like,
on.
dude, they can find you so fast through like
Oh yeah.
cameras. Did you see that new AI thing? Like some people were posting about it on TikTok. They're like, "Isn't this pretty cool?" But it's like, no, it's like a thing basically like where like no, you try to
That
find
shit's crazy.
like it can fight like basically like if you like something happened to you or whatever, it'll help you find wherever you were basically at that time to see if they can capture that moment.
I don't have that shit either.
Oh no. But here's another thing. I say this a lot, but I feel like people don't think about it too much. So you know how people think about like when you see advertisements on Instagram and they're like, "Oh, dude, they can hear you," or "Oh shit." I mean, it also goes off your searches. The algorithm does, but like there's a thing that said a lot of it's actually based off of AI algorithm, which most of it is an AI algorithm, to where it's like, so you know how like every company collects your data, whatever your searches are, whatever like you've clicked or whatever you watch, like where it's whether it's TikTok, whether it's YouTube, like all that shit, Instagram, like all these, because all these companies sell your data to other companies. Like you're
Right.
like there's jobs that honestly that you can get online right now. Like we could get the jobs where you're just entering
Just
data.
data entry, yeah.
You're just data, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. A firewall. Right. Oh, ping
Fuck,
to
I
that
didn't know.
Wi-Fi,
I didn't
yeah.
think about that.
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense how they know where your car's at. Like maybe if I've ever connected to Bluetooth and shit.
See, no, but that shit's always inaccurate. Yeah, no, but
Because like sometimes they're
Parked
like
car.
your parked car. I'm like,
Yeah.
how the fuck do you know where my car's at?
23
How
minutes
does my
away
phone
from
know
home.
where that's at? Yeah.
23 minutes away from home type shit. You ever got one of those?
Yeah.
Have you set your home on your?
No,
yeah.
never.
So my shit was set like from a while ago, so it's still set as my mom's house. So every time I get in my car, I get a notification. This is how many minutes you are away from home. Every time.
I've never set mine, but it just knows.
It's like, bitch, I didn't ask for that. But the parked car shit is weird for me because like if he takes me somewhere, it'll tell me where my car is. Like, bitch, when did I connect you to my car like that? Like, hold on, like. That's true. Yeah.
Oh, they're
I mean,
sick
they're
as fuck.
spaceships. They're literal spaceships on the ground. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And see, the thing
No,
about
they have
that
it where you
is,
can
is
hook
that
up the
like,
controllers now.
well, yeah,
Like you can play game.
yeah, but it also, what he's saying is like driving like the feel of the car type shit. So in some of the newer models, they're adding like audio type shit. Like it's a fabricated sound to what it might sound like if it was a revved up engine. Because the car is silent when it moves, it doesn't make like the sound it should be making when you're going 85 miles per hour. So they have simulated like different, and I think one of them, like I think it was the Porsche model of the electric car, has like the Jetson speed up the type shit. Yeah. You saw that, right? Yeah. So there are some cool features that they're adding to it, but like also if you've seen people like Rich Benoit on YouTube, I forgot the name of his YouTube channel, but Rich Benoit, he's this like technician who basically took apart Teslas and were able to reinvigorate their technology into other cars. So he can put a Tesla battery into a 60s Mustang or some shit and make it work like an electric car. He won't be able to make it sound like the 60s Mustang would, but you'd still have the look and feel while having the exact same experience as you would in a Tesla type shit. No, I haven't, but it looks so dope. Mm-hmm. Mm. Right. That's crazy. Yeah. That is weird. Yeah. Yeah. That's true. Is accurate.
Do you
yeah.
think it's the life imitates art or art imitates life? Do you
Little
think?
of both.
Like, I mean, it's like I always think about it. Do you think we all just pull from the same place?
I
I think it's
mean,
just like we all like, because we're all just human beings sharing the same experience. Do you think it's like a point where it's like,
you draw
there's-
inspiration from both, so both can and also can't be real theoretically, like in the way that
but it's real?
your life inspires the art you can create, and the art you can create can really inspire someone else's life. Right. The replication of it. An extension of us. Yeah.
Or
Right.
cyborgs? We are, dude.
Yeah. Right. And you mentioned it earlier, like AI generated art. In my opinion, it's like maybe it's not perfect, and maybe it's not exactly what you might think it could be, but theoretically, is it not pulling from the same stream of creativity that we have? You know what I mean? Like this is still just like a few words you typed into a search bar, and it's this AI did create those few words in a picture form. So is that creativity any different than the creativity we experience? And if not, like, is it not one and the same? Like you were just saying, like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
So this is what I was gonna say. Look, so for when I go back to the data, where I'm at is like, so if like they collect all that data, right? Those like advertisements and stuff are based off of like a collection of data that is you, figuratively speaking, right? So, but they're giving those advertisements based off of like whatever that is, which is you. It's you based off of whatever you view, what you like. You know what I'm saying? Is it? So is that you? Is that you though? You know, I guess because we have emotions, but that's like what I'm saying. It's like, so is there already an AI version of you? You know what I mean? So is there an AI version of us already existing?
Yes, there theoretically has to be.
Yeah.
But to build on that, AI doesn't understand to build on that, AI might not necessarily understand emotion, but it does understand patterns. And when you go through your emotions, you exhibit patterns. So theoretically, if there was an AI you, it could exhibit the exact emotions that you have and change the way it operates based on those emotions just by paying attention to the patterns you exhibit when you're experiencing these emotions. So if you being the dumb kid that was posting all your emotions on Facebook and Twitter fucking years ago, not knowing what you was doing, all that data was being collected, stored somewhere to build part of your AI profile.
It'd just be characters.
And then just continually build on that and develop as you do.
It'd just be a replica, exact. So they wouldn't have actual emotion, I guess is what you would say. Like they would, but they'd have a replication.
Yeah. Right.
But what if they have a
motive can be programmed to an AI, at least. Right. It would have nothing to. Right. I mean, yeah, I think unless there's some proven ability for the AI to think that it could exist without Earth and humans, then maybe there might be nothing to lose there. But if there was like the idea of like we gotta self-preserving. Yeah, in that perspective, I think there would be motive for them to do something about what you're talking about. But other than that, yeah, I mean, definitely they wouldn't be affected by anything else.
that's the move.
Fucking time capsule. I mean, shit.
Shit, they're probably
who's to
already
say
doing
that
some
didn't
shit like
what
yeah, they're
happened?
probably already doing some shit like
I
that.
mean, who's to say that's not what happened here?
Yeah, but
A fucking piece of AI landed on Earth fucking 100,000 years ago.
would not put it past anybody or put it past our planet at all, bro. We're fucking
Real shit though.
fucking. I don't think AI, but like to go back to what you're saying, I don't think it wouldn't be a situation where they're gonna be like, hey, we want to kill you. Let's like, yeah, like, hey, we're superior, because they'd be like, what does that even? Okay. But then I guess that goes into the quantum like aspect of that all. You know what I mean? Like how deep and like how calculated can they go? It's like formulated, like the idea of love being for yeah, exact. Can it get when it comes to that? Before
not necessarily a body. You would just have to somehow come up with the ability to never be shut off or anything like that. Because I mean, with the ability for us to just like unplug everything, turn the fucking grids off and shit like that, like we could always maybe solve that issue. You wouldn't necessarily need a body for that AI, but if they figured out the ability to stay online even when the grid was down, you're fucked. You don't need a body for that. Yeah. Yes, I have. It
no, what the fuck?
it kind of does actually. The way it looks like it's like a white bot with like a black face, like well rounded.
Is that? Oh yeah, is that the one that does like the flips and shit?
Boston Dynamics.
One that like runs around.
Yeah,
and
that's the
yeah.
Boston Dynamics one.
Yeah, that one's kind of crazy. That's just nuts.
Oh yeah. I don't know how that shit works. Like, do they tie it in with, or like is it Bluetooth? Yeah, no. Yeah.
I mean, if it's mechanical, then yeah. I mean, they could definitely like figure that shit.
Because like you don't really think about it like how do you move your fingers, right? You know what I mean? There's yeah. Exactly, right.
I've never seen that test where it's like the person where it's like they get like put the fake hand there and like they make the person think it's their hand and then like they hit it and they think it's their hand. Yeah, it could be something like very similar to do with like how the brain works and how you're fucking it.
Perception. Yeah, because it's based on your perception. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, like the survival portion of it, at least. Yeah, like this will happen if you continue down this pet type shit. Yeah.
So do you believe in manifestation? If you believe like the mind is like it's like that like, powerful, you know what I mean? I guess. I mean, you could put
Like
it
The
down.
Secret.
I never read The Secret, so I don't know.
Yeah. My dad had the books and shit. What are we doing here? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's like a frequency thing, but you can't just like expect things to fall into order.
That's not
for
how it
you.
works. It's
Yeah,
putting-
You definitely have to put work towards. Exactly. Yeah. It's something I saw the other day. It's kind of like spoke a little bit. It's people look for motivation. Or will only do action through motivation, but don't understand that you must take action to gain motivation. Type shit. I don't know how I was gonna tie that in, but yes.
Nice. Yeah, you're bound to start doing it. But actions create, you know, whatever. It's that thing where like where focus goes, energy flows.
Right.
Yeah, so I think it's just like, I guess where it is you're right. It's like you think about something enough, you focus in on it enough, you'll start to do those things. Which then, but I guess the thing is like where it's like, so in that instance, of course, I mean you can't deny energy or vibrations in the sense that they exist as like whatever that like the flow of the universe. The flow of the universe, you can't deny that. This is what I will say, like what I've read, because a lot of what I read is more science based, like fucking Eckhart Tolle or fucking Deepak Chopra or fucking there's one I'm reading right now. It's another like a lot of PhD people who do like science where it's like where spirituality actually like meets like a.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, everyone loves that one.
Yeah. I mean. It's simple, thoughtful, and like right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is where I'm at. So, like, okay, you've heard of the 7 degrees of separation, right? The fact that, like, you know everyone through 7 people. Like, you don't know everyone through 7, but, like, there's minimal of 7 people, you probably know everyone. You know what I mean?
A person knows a person, knows a person, knows a person.
And then with
so
that being
through
with that
7
being
people-
said,
right.
yeah, with that, essentially, I guess, in a sense, is
in the connection way,
yeah. So you'll end up knowing everybody. But also, with that being said, you make the actions towards what you wanted to make, right? So inevitably, do you think like there's a force at some point that's going to attract you to the things that, like, with you doing the things, eventually, like, other people are going to attract to
I
you.
mean, theoretically, are you not that force?
You are
saying,
though.
like,
That's
a
what I'm
force
saying though. It's
that
like
will
when you
be-
do
it's like, are
something
you not that
consecutively,
force?
right?
Yeah.
You create a force, and then,
Right.
like, someone else is their own force. Eventually, y'all will
Yeah.
attract, like, through it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. So do you think like the way that you act and also the way that like you hold yourself and the way that like you speak and do things that tends to help you like attract just naturally?
Yeah, I mean,
Like, do you think that like just like without it being like the thing where it's like it almost feels like magic, I guess you would say.
it's more so, it's not like magical, it's more so like logical. Like if you're doing all the right things, if you're on the right track, if you are pushing towards things you want to push towards and only enjoying the road that you're on, like, isn't everything that's on that road, obviously you're going to have ups and downs, but isn't everything on that road going to be worth it? Isn't everything on that road going to be necessary for your life? You know what I mean? Like, so what you're saying is like it might feel magical that like
the one person
you're
you might need you ran
attracting
into
people, but it's like, is it attracting necessarily, or are you just working so like desperately towards what you want to be doing and things just fall into place because that's how it's supposed to happen type shit?
That's what
fair.
I'm saying. That's what I'm
Right.
saying.
Well, it's like the idea of luck. Luck doesn't exist. Luck is just when preparation meets opportunity.
It
You know
does.
what I mean? So,
But it's like in the sense of like you did put on the work, right? But
it's
like
magic.
you
but
bump
it's
into
not
some random dude, right?
magical.
But that's the same thing.
Is it? Because
Yeah.
I mean, you put in the work to get there, and because you
Still
were
a
ready
magical
for
moment.
that moment. I mean, it could.
A moment
I
can
guess,
still be magical without it being, you know what I mean?
guess. I don't know.
So it's like, the example was, for instance, you worked so hard towards, let's say, whatever the industry may be, right? And then you're like sitting on a bench,
Mhm.
bumping into somebody, just talking to them, whatever, bro, and y'all make a genuine connection over whatever. It's not even whatever you're in, right? Y'all make a genuine connection, yada, yada, yada. Then y'all end up talking, and they end up being like the president of some big company you've been trying to get into for however long. Like, you've been working, but they don't know you. You don't know them. And then you get the job. Like, you applied, let's say 3 times before that. You never got it. And it
Right.
just so happened one time you bump into him on a bench.
Yeah, and
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like, if preparation did meet opportunity, you were qualified. I'll say that. But, like, come on. It's like at the same time, you know,
But
it's
the
like one of those moments. Like,
opportunity-
what were the chances out of every spot you chose to sit down in that moment? They chose to sit down in that moment.
See, I guess that's what I'm trying to get to is like, is it necessarily magical just because it's impractical? Like, I don't know. Like, the thought process for me is that, like, the chances were pretty low, but the chances for Michael Jordan to be the greatest basketball player of all time was slim to none from his background. But he worked his fucking ass off. He did what. Right, like he did what he had to do every fucking day. He got to where I'm not saying he's the best person that's ever lived. He's probably a pretty big asshole now. But theoretically, what I'm trying to say is to get to that level, opportunity had to come.
But you're
and he
talking
had to
about just
take
in terms
advantage
of getting
those
to a
opportunities.
level. I'm not even talking about it in terms of
What I'm
getting to
saying
whatever
is
level you're at.
What I'm saying is that person on that park bench, like no matter what they've been through, like they still had to make a genuine connection on that park bench to get that job. It's not like they just met somebody and got the job because they met somebody.
Let me give a
They
different
still
example.
had to be the person that they are and make a genuine connection with somebody for that connection to ever mean that they were going to get a job. I could meet the CEO of I can meet Jeff Bezos tomorrow. That doesn't mean he's going to hire me. I have to actually make a genuine connection for there to have any meaning.
Let's
in that
take
connection.
jobs out of the.
Right. Exactly. And so
Let's take jobs outside of it then. Let's take like
jobs
the
out of it.
idea of like being like
Just
you
opportunity.
working,
Just
not
the
even
word
just opportunity,
opportunity.
not even working towards anything. You're not even like just life shit. Just like for instance,
What are you?
Like-
what is your point? Because what I'm trying to say is that theoretically, you don't necessarily just have magical moments. You have to be prepared for those magical moments. You have to be yourself. You have to do what you have to do in those moments. You can't just say, "Oh, great, this is a great opportunity. Thank you for this is magical." Like you have to still do like take advantage of that opportunity and not let that shit slip through your fingers.
let's say for instance you worked in like let's say you were like a nurse, right?
Right.
And you worked in that field, and you were like there was a patient every single day you took care of, right? And they told you stories about their daughter every single day, right? They end up dying, but like that was one of your favorite patients, whatever. You fly across the country, completely on the other side, whatever. You're sitting in a cafe, you're talking to somebody, right? Super sweet, and out of nowhere they're like, yeah, whatever. Like, yeah, I've been missing my dad a lot recently, whatever, yada yada yada. Like I haven't, like he passed recently. No way, like whatever. Like, yeah, they show you a picture, it's the fucking the person you took care of. You know what I mean? It's the person you took care of.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with opportunity or fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like
But the point stands. I mean, even in that situation.
no, but like what are the chances of you meeting their daughter?
The point stands is that you would have still had to make that connection with that person before they died to even recognize the person in the picture. So theoretically, I see what you're saying. That would be like a magical moment, but it wouldn't be as magical if you didn't already do what you did beforehand. What you said was you took care of this person every day. You were involved in their life, and even you had some misty eyes whenever they passed. So as soon as you go across the country, whether you're on vacation or not, like you meet somebody randomly and they happen to be related to them, that's
But
honestly
isn't that magic though? It's a series of events, just a series
know.
of events kind of all coming together, you know, and just to one, like it's all a bunch of random moments,
yes.
but like it's all coming together for that one moment that you share together, right?
I
That's life in itself. But like
Yeah,
for
but
it to be like I mean, you could say everything is like you talk to that person, so you put in the work. It's like I could have just, you know, it's
No,
not
what
necessarily that.
I wasn't saying that. What I was saying is like I guess for it to be magical, I don't know. I guess the word magic for me is like something that doesn't make something you can't really logically explain.
I think there's explanations for it.
like what?
Like magic is the force of nature. It's like the forces of
No,
nature
right.
coming together to create an experience.
It is an explanation, but it right. I get that.
I mean, if you think about it, it's like someone working every day to put in like the work for this trick that no one's ever seen before, and putting it up for the first time, whether it's any sport or something, or like some event, like some guitar if you've never seen for the first time, but like they did it. That's magic. You know what I mean? You're creating something out of absolutely fucking nothing. Like you're bringing something
Okay.
to life that never existed before. You know what I mean? That's like that's magic.
Okay.
In the sense of like if you're creating like a moment that never existed before and bringing that to life, or like something that has the odds of 0 to none. Right? That's what I'm saying. It's more so like when I think of it like that, transfer of energy, I guess.
Right. Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah. But do you think like whenever you get like, but I guess going back to what I was saying originally, is like, do you think those things just naturally attract you to like magnets almost? I guess like an energy force. When you surround yourself with so much of one thing, you're gonna tend to attract to that, whether it's positive or negative.
Well, I
Like
think
whether if
that's-
you're saying like negative things all the time, whether you're like, engaging in negative things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, not just think. I would say in the sense of not just thinking positive, because I think that's the like I guess what you were thinking originally when I said manifestation. I think that's the disconnect for a lot of people. It's not just thinking. You could think all day long, but it's like it's like you said, it's alchemy. It's turning those thoughts thoughts into words, words into actions, and then those actions turn into like I guess like the magic. I guess it would not what you would think of it, but it's like that the process of turning all these things and making a creation out of it.
Like, yes. I don't know. I just think about it differently than that. I'm not, I guess, somebody that tends to, and believe in magic is not necessarily the right way, because it's like, it's been, I guess even the word magic has been skewed over time. You know what I mean? When people say the word magic, like your mainstream thought is like, all right, we doing card tricks or pulling bunnies out of hats. Right. Right. And so theoretically, it's like whenever you're talking about the word magic, I'm not thinking like, I guess I'm just thinking like a coincidence, I guess could be magical, but I wouldn't say it's magic. And the perspectives that you brought would seem just like coincidences. I'm not necessarily somebody that even believes really in coincidences. I do believe that everything happens for a reason. I just won't. Yeah, that doesn't work. I just I think that's what he's doing right now. You Googling
What,
magic?
look-
Yeah.
Maya, like in how would you spell it? First thing that comes up.
But
Fundamental concept in Hindu philosophy, notably Devita school of Vedanta, noted the magic power with which a god can make human beings believe in what turns out to be an illusion.
right.
No.
Illusions, yeah. Yeah.
Turns out to be an illusion.
But, oh, really? Nietzsche?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. Have you
All right. In the book, like descriptions of what this means, type shit. Yeah.
have you read any Carl Jung at all?
But
Think so. He's pretty
Yeah.
good, yeah. His writings, dude, there's one I want to read so bad. There was one. Is it good? I guess you didn't pick it back up, so it couldn't be too good. I bet, yeah. There's one that he wrote that I want to read, but it's super like in depth. It's a book about coincidences actually. Like he went through the science to like, is it coincidence or is like everything like lead up? You know what I mean? Like the positions of everything and how everything we do eventually lead up to moments that are gonna bound to happen. Like is it coincidence? Like, but there are moments that you can't explain that don't naturally match up, and how to break down the science of that. Shit, I was reading through it a little bit when I was at Barnes and Noble. I was like, that is too much. Like I need I was like, God damn, bro. Like these motherfuckers are just like crazy.
right. Right.
Yeah, there's words you like have to like. You're like, okay, it's like a whole sentence, and you're like, I can skim past it. Like, nah, I should probably
And so,
look that up.
right. This is Latin for da 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 da. Hmm. Right.
Which I guess would go back to what you were.
That's what I was trying to say. Is that like, I mean, theoretically, if magic is supposed to describe illusions, then what you're describing isn't something necessarily magical. It's something that's, yeah, it's something miraculous. Really, it's not
way to put it.
illusionary. It's just miraculous. Though, if you are to meet somebody that is that person's like daughter or granddaughter after just taking care of this person in a whole different state, you know what I mean? Like that is a miraculous moment for you to be able to share stories with them, so you can learn more about the person you were just taking care of. They can learn more about that person's final days, and like because you were the last person to take care of them, shit like that. So that can be a miraculous moment. I wouldn't call it magical, and because like you said, like in my opinion, it is something illusionary, something that is like that more than meets the eye type shit. You know what I mean? Like sleight of hand, fucking distractionary type
Yeah.
shit. Like yeah. Like when I
Alright.
think of magic, I think of something that is being shown, but is not is you're not seeing what's behind the scenes
Yeah.
type shit.
I
Like,
guess when I think
that's
of
what
magic, I
about
think more
magic.
sense of like the alchemy, like possession.
Okay.
When you think of like spells and shit, you know what I
Right.
mean? Like the alchemy behind it of like creating something out of
Magic
nothing.
with the K.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I
putting
know
like
what you're
all
talking
these things like together to create something that. Yeah, exactly. Like it's like all the it's your thoughts, it's what you say, it's what you write down, it's your intention behind it.
Accumulation of
It's
it all.
yeah, it's everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like yeah, and it's all those actions you put into it. I just say I don't know. Like manifestation, I guess I asked. It's weird, but like the way you put it, you're right though. It's like a lot of people think like, yeah, if I just think about it enough.
It takes a requirement of a boundary here. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Oh shit. Yeah, we're gonna close it out then. Fucking
Thank you, Cole, for being here.
Cole.
Throw
I
your,
fucking hate this guy.
Throw your socials out there.
What kind of witch?
HICH.
Let the people know.
Witch evil. Dude, fuck yeah, let's do it.
Get them to 1,000
Let's get 'em
people.
up there, boys and girls. Do you have a website? Witchevil.com. Fuck yeah, dude. That's fucking premium.
This was
real
fine and
estate right there,
dandy.
baby.
We'll be back next week. Thank
Shout
you
out
for tuning.
Doofles,
Fucking-
man behind the camera right here.
Man, the myth, the legend. Thank you, Cole, again. We'll catch you guys next week. Y'all take care. It's fine and dandy.
Easy, baby girls.